Well, I guess my problem with all that is just like, I mean, I don't know what people want me to say. Because on one hand, they'll be like her for what? I don't want to be like her. Who want to be like her? And then on another hand, they will complain constantly, just for no reason. All they sit around every day complaining because I walked in and was like, hi. If they spoke to me, hi, and went on about my business. Now, I mean, I don't sit around. I ain't in no gossip. I ain't starting nothing. I mean, other than that, they watching what I'm saying on my phone. And most of the times, it ain't even about them. I'm talking to somebody else. And they just want to be so badly in the conversation. So, and I don't waste my time doing that. So, that bothers them. And then, they all night will say some kind of stuff out, blurt out stuff and all this. And I like I said, be doing my own thing. And in the morning, I might respond with something like when I did about the ASAP thing this morning, because she kept blurting out names and trying to be all up in my stuff. I mean, you can't. I mean, at this point, half of the stuff they tell you, don't believe half the stuff you see, or so I don't get involved in that. I know they want me to have some kind of a reaction or some kind of mental breakdown according to them, because of all the stuff that's going on that they think should be bothersome, but it seems to only bother them, right? Uh, and I just think they just should not pay attention to me because they complain so much. Or at first they be like her for what? I don't nobody want to be like her, and then now they want to complain every day about just she don't have to do this, she don't have to do that. I mean, I have issues, okay? I do. I mean, and for one, when I came there, just 'cause y'all deliberately trying to do stuff to hurt somebody or make somebody feel hurt or feel alone, that's that's unnecessary stress that I don't need to put on my body and wear and tear, trying to carry out what somebody else feel about me. I'm used to it. I don't know how many times I need to be like, I'm used to that, okay? It's like being immune to roaches or something, huh? I don't know, you see them, but what? You don't want to spend money on them, so if some crumbs fall on the floor, okay, because they always looking at me like I'm the one that's known for bugs. I mean, you'll see them and they'll be looking at. No, the bugs is flying over there where you at. I mean, this is how they do every day. Like this lady didn't even. I understand they trying to make fun of me at first because saying that having to tell this grown lady to take showers. Nobody had to tell me to wash my ass. I mean, even with cold water. I mean, nobody had to tell me that. So they're constantly trying to make fun of me, and I didn't go anywhere, and people was like, oh, you can smell her. She just stinks. So trying to put something on me that's not on me, give me an image that you got. I mean, it's just not the case here, okay? I understand what you would like for it to be, but it's just not, okay? I mean, that's been y'all image forever, And then, now they know that store is not theirs. Like when I pulled up on the scene, it was Mario there, and I don't know how Mario was dealing with them girls. But at first, I don't. I mean, I think he told me he wasn't. They had just all of a sudden when they seen me start coming up like that. Cause at first they wasn't. I guess they just talked on the phone. And he'd be like, after I get off, I'll do this, that, and another. But you know them just coming up, and it's just they just not them even type of people, from what I've seen, that they just gonna be like trick daddies and stuff like that. Is not how even when I first met him, he just didn't seem that way, but what he was like in his own personal life, I don't know. So surely when I came up, it was like Mario dated a white girl, a black girl, or any kind of girl, and that was just how it was. But when I came, Mario kind of like went somewhere else. And I guess that's wherever he went and was where he was going to be making whatever girl he dating. Seemed like she in a horse in a race or something. I don't know what. But it just couldn't go that way if he was asking me for money, right? Because that's my story. And I mean, yeah, if he was asking me for money, he wasn't trying to do nothing for them. Too much. He was trying to get me to do something for him. So it's how I took that. And them bras, if they was like they are now, just some bummy ass bras, then they were just some bummy ass bras with kids that the baby daddies wasn't doing nothing for them, because that's what came of this. She had a mixed kid, and they all was mixed, but nobody seemed to have been shelling out money for him. I mean, they kept saying shell to me, but nobody was shelling out anything for them. So I'm clear on that. I understand that, and I'm going to keep telling you the story how nobody has been shelling out nothing for them. Okay, so, and then they'll keep bringing. Now, I understand that because they all pretty much have dated an Italian, and I haven't. So when one got elected, I can understand how they was quick to jumping up like this ain't even about you, because Trump, didn't do the 8, he did 4, and was like, I'm just gonna be in the background looking around, because that's all he be doing. And so I can understand that's why they felt that way, and just felt like the other ones felt before that, the 8 years when they felt like they had one in there for them, like, yeah, we're about to get this and that, and 12 years later, even though it seemed like it was yesterday, 12 years later, I mean, now they on to this one, and I don't know what he gonna show them. I mean, they got 4 more days, and those who have a job, I guess, and got kids will get money, but the ones I'm looking at, it don't really apply to them, because they got kids, and they got jobs, but they ain't got custody of their kids. So, I mean, looking for a payment, it's just keep waiting. That's just how that looks. Okay, so I understand that does, and then the one girl who they waiting for August on, she'll say she dated 2 of them. And this is why it's supposed to be a big deal to me, and I'm supposed to be looking all crazy and stuff. Now, I guess we waiting on him to buy them a house, I guess, because if you done dated 2 of them and they keep buying houses now, they bought houses over here, bought houses over there, bought houses over there, and when they break up, now if they love you this much, is what I feel, and I mean, you would think that that's what they would do. They like sign a house over to you or something. I don't know. Leave your house. I mean, I didn't know the stories they told me, but I mean, they just, I got out of a relationship with Sean. He at least gave me a car to drive until I figured out something, and I wasn't really trying to figure out nothing. So, I mean, in hopes that we would get back together type of stuff, but I mean, these are things I don't see. And then, like I said, they know this store ain't theirs. It ain't theirs. It ain't no Puerto Ricans. It ain't no Mexicans. It ain't no other white girls. It's not theirs, period. So when they show me they can date the same type of people I dated, but I can't date the same kind of people they date, is pretty much what they saying. Because the one Jen they keep trying to say, the one, I don't even know what the other girl name is. I know it's just one Jen, and it's not that I don't think I ever met her or seen her. It's just when Mo said he went somewhere with somebody and Jen. The one she dating, he keep opening up stuff, and they keep going out of business. So I mean, I don't know why she keep trying to make a point to me, because if he ain't opening up something and putting it in your name to where you got control over the building, or the income from the building come from just owning the building, come to you. I mean, I mean, I think they just all got the same kind of story. Like, I don't know. I was like it. So it's just like a waste of time to keep trying to prove these things to me. If you keep saying you can date the same kind of men, and you but can't get no further than just sleeping with them. I mean, especially when they constantly coming asking me for money. That's the whole difference between that. I mean, that you asking me for money to help you open up a business or something. I don't know. Or maybe you ain't or something. But I know if you go to that store over there and asking somebody for anything, I probably know about it in some kind of way, a roundabout way, okay? And the other point to any of it is, if these bras got to keep knowing me, but I ain't even got to know what they look like. I mean, something about it means I own something other than it's either I own a store or a bank that you keep trying to come and get money from, right? To open up businesses and this and that and the other. Because ain't no giveaways, and they know that ain't how none of that works. I mean, you got to pay that back. Or I own those buildings they keep going around trying to rent to open up stuff at. You know, other one of the two. If they ain't talking to you, then, or then a lot of that stuff is like what? I mean, what? I like just dealing with people who just want to work and get paid for doing their job, and if you can come up with something else that some people need and get you some funding for it, okay, that's the one thing. But to hate me for being who I am just because you don't know how to capitalize off your own pussy, I mean, like, but you'll get mad at something, but you'll keep trying to come tell me you are, like, I don't know about who that man is married to there in the White House. I don't know. They married, they had a family together, they do whatever. But once you come out of, I mean, unless your husband bought you a doctor's office and all this, that's where things kind of get like a little shady there. I mean, he love you. But if he ain't bought you your own practice and all this, I watch Columbo a lot, and they'll show you everything you need to see on these. Like if he didn't buy you a doctor's office, if you can't come to me and be like, my husband just, I went to school for this, that, and my husband opened up my own practice for me, then me just. I mean, me respecting you as a woman is one thing, but then you trying to tell me you got a husband that'll do anything for you, and I mean, I ain't no judge, but if you keep showing me some broad that keep thinking she a judge, like a Judge Judy, a judge anything, and she in her own mind like, thinking she a judge, can't figure these things out. I mean, I think. Anytime you try to prove something to somebody, you go in front of a judge, they're going to be like, where's the evidence? And you're going to just point to a bed like, do you need any more evidence than I sleep with him? Yeah, dumb broad, I needed the papers or something to show he bought you that building. He bought you that car. He put it in your name. He gave you authorization to do this or that on his account. I mean, I need more than just knowing you slept with him or had kids with him. Because I'm looking at a bunch of bras that done had kids, and they telling me they done gave them away. This girl said she had 6 kids, and they looking at me like they don't know why people serving stale popcorn. I mean, like, why they give the stale popcorn away? This, I don't know, but I get tired. When you they can't prove nothing other than they slept with somebody, and then he done went on about his business, ain't thinking about them. You don't know what their end story is. You don't know what their beginning story it is. You don't know what they between story is. You just look at two people together and swear everything has been roses, and they really, I don't know, but I know the other ones claiming they've been with somebody. They ain't sitting up here telling me they feeling on the greatest about anything. So I don't know. I just get so tired of these stories people come trying to tell you, like they don't understand. Like they telling me something I just don't know about. Like, okay, when he buy you a building and buy you whatever it is you claim, if you like anything you like. I mean, like, if I see this girl just sitting at a table with somebody, but she want her own dancing studio or whatever, and it's just like, I understand she came out with a dance show or something. They kind of gave her one or whatever, but I don't know how far she got with it, or is it just going on another season? I understand and I don't know if that's because, I don't know. I just know I don't be hating on them. I don't really be caring, but you come trying to tell me something that, like, you got some power or something, and it's just like, okay, if you ask somebody to do something because she said on the Project Runway that they need to start seeing their own fashions or whatever, and then I guess that's probably why they got the shows and everything, but it don't mean nothing to whoever you keep trying to make it mean something to if they ain't paying attention to it. Like, if you trying to argue with me, like, I did that. I done had my own show for years. I mean, this is my show. Everything is my show. So, and I'm not like struggling for views. I mean, I don't need to start something and keep, waiting on another season of it. It is a constant, everyday show for me. So I wouldn't know about that, And then as far as just a man loving somebody, I mean, I don't think that's exactly what they talking about when it comes to them. I know before they was like they want to have their own state, like, and then I don't know what the makeup. I mean, the girl kept saying I love PR, and I guess they feel like they got two bicycles and somehow they ain't going nowhere with either one of them. So I don't know. They got to figure that out on their own. I'm not paying for it, though. If they done, these are the people who kind of like threw their own money away that one time because they felt like they could just call, the hotline and get more. And you see, and then I guess they worked it back up and threw it away again on skincare and all this extra stuff because I don't know why people keep thinking America gonna pay for what they want. I mean, you want it, we'll pay for it to get over here. As far as just like opening the door for you, but just constantly paying to, you gonna have to do that. It's from what I understand. Go back to making beds. I don't know what people do, but I know I ain't paying for it. And all the rest of that stuff is, I mean, don't keep trying to prove nothing to me if you can't prove somebody buying you something. Really, I don't know. Thank you.